Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is March 9th, 2018, and that can only mean it is a Friday, and that means it is another wonderful day for basics. Now, as you can kind of see a little bit here, I am on IGS, also known as Go Panda. And I am on my OneDone account, which I keep for basics. Figured I haven't done much in the way of basics on IGS in a while. A lot of people play on it. Certainly has a different style of play. They're more, buildy and, less fighty. So that might make for an interesting change in games and not just, some of the crazier ones where people just kind of come at you and rip your head off. So let's just have some fun on IGS today and play some great basics games. Alright, looks like I am white versus a OneDone here, and I'm going to do coordinates, and I'm also going to do a hello. Looks like he's, okay, interesting, it's automated message, you can't see it here, but it says, "Hi by Go Bible Android client." Interesting. Little bit spammy, too. If you're, I can see that he typed just hello to me in the chat, whatever it was, I forgot where it came from. Yeah, he just typed hello to me, but then his client added, "Bye, Go Bible Android, you want this client, look, you can talk to people." Alright, so let's go ahead and grab 244 stones, because he's got 344, 3444, you know the drill by now. Backing off, because we're going to be all peaceful-like. Oh, well, this is actually pretty easy to hold. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He's got other things that he's doing that we don't usually see on Gem or Foxy. So yeah, he's got an enclosure here, and the same rules apply as we always have been seeing so far. If he has an enclosure, we block the extension. If he has an extension, we block the enclosure. So this is clearly an enclosure. So I will go ahead and block like so. Also acts as a little bit of a pincer, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal. Anytime your stones can do two things at once, you should just sit back and be like, I know what I'm doing in this game. Hi, pincer, kind of weird. I can go under him later. Excuse me. Why is it? Can talk all day, and when the camera starts rolling, your throat starts locking up on you, huh? Why is that? Why is that? Alright, so this is pretty straightforward. I'm going to jump out because I'm being pincered. I could do, specialty stuff. But this is pretty nice, straightforward, solid. I like. And for those interested, today I am listening to the Samurai Champloo Lo-Fi Hip-Hop Mix. It's kind of like the Cowboy Bebop that I listened to previously. I could lock him into that corner and just be like, doot, doot, no, doot, doot, and then doot, and then doot, 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 and then just, take this out. But, I'll let him do whatever he wants. I'll just connect here. He wants to go underneath again? He can go underneath again. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't. I confess, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't do that. I could play here, but you know what we're going to do instead? I'm going to get more of a wall. And last sub, Marp. Don't think he subbed while I was streaming, so I will say thanks for the sub. Alright. I've connected up my stones, nice and peaceful-like. Rude. But it's cool. We just push them towards our thickness, not away from. And looky me, I got an enclosure. I'll take my extension. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just mind your shape. If you're not sure about the Joseki, like in the upper left-hand corner here, just go for shape. If you don't know the sequence, but you get a good shape, you might lose a little bit locally, but as long as there's like no really huge follow-ups against you, you're going to be okay. Now the question is, while he's thinking about his move, I pose to you fine folks who are watching, what are your follow-ups on this group? Don't need to play them immediately, but you'd have them in the back of your mind. What are your follow-ups against that group? What moves can we play later on? Think about that while we keep playing. So enclosure, I can block extension again. A little bit more awkward. I can get a 2 space here, I think, right? Yep, 2 space there, 2 space there. Let's go ahead and play it. Blam. Now you might say, but wait, how are you going to get this? How are you going to equal all of this territory? I mean, look at all of this that's a lot of territory. And that'd be pretty scary if it was actually territory. Unfortunately, it's not territory right now. You can invade this. 2 space enclosure, not solid. You can play this little guy right here. And believe it or not, you can probably invade. I really hate ad breaks inside the track. That's just yucky. Alright, so here outside or inside. Outside is really nebulous. Like how, like you're going to hardcore on influence if you're going outside, but I'm going to take my territory. Here's my territories. Group to attack. Gonna play Small Knights, of course, because it threatens to like really surround. He's attaching to me. Look at me getting stronger. Let's just go and hug him to death. We're just gonna hug him. Surround groups, because Go is called a surrounding game. And there's plenty of room here. Like, I would be a little hesitant to play this if these stones were a little closer together. But don't you know? Don't you know they're not? I can get a 2 space extension if you want to attach to them. Got room for a base. That's how I made this decision. I made this decision really friggin' fast. Because I just saw, okay, that's far away. It's not like anything crazy, right? So yeah, I made that decision really quickly. You, by all means, take your time and make sure. Do. No real reason to be really aggressive here, to be honest. I can just cap this. But where's the fun in that? Divide and conquer, separate groups. Not trying to kill, mind you. We're not trying to kill anything, we're just trying to make sure that these stones know they're alive. Ooh, doesn't that sound so much better? It's like, I'm not trying to kill anything. I just want my opponent to know he's alive. That's all. This thing over here is acting really strange. Let me go ahead and adjust this on the fly. Something a bit like that. There we go. Dun dun dun. So right here, you're going to go do, and then that's the end of the game. So that would suck. So we're not going to do that. Also, we're not going to do this because Atari connect Atari. That also sucks. We're not going to play here because same thing. Throw in Atari, connect Atari. That also sucks. I could play here, but then he's still going to go there, and then I'm like a small knighter kind of thing. So we're going to play here, because this is repeatedly the shape point in the problem that we're having. He might play here, but it's a bad move. It's no big deal if he plays it. It's just getting rid of a liberty. I mean, if he wants to get rid of his liberties, I ain't going to stop him. I already told you earlier that I was making a 2-space extension over here, just like so, and that is what we are doing, just like so. Meanwhile, let's count the groups he's got. He's got 1, 2, 3 top of the board. 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we're gonna have like 1, 2, 3? 3 to 6? That right there is some stuff. That right there is some stuff. Not good stuff, but it's some stuff. Don't really have to worry if your opponent's playing. It's like 6 different groups on the board. I mean, really, who really cares if he has 6 different groups, you know? Just connect up your own, make sure that you don't have 6 of your own, and just start surrounding crap. For some reason, a lot of these basics games keeps going into like the whole influence thing. But like, how do you stop it when they just kind of like give it to you? Maybe it's not them, maybe it's me. Is it me? I'm gonna divide this, I don't want this being one group. And I can play here because it threatens to kill him, so. Alright, so it looks like we've got like a thing there. We're kind of connected there. So, tell you what. I don't want to kill anything, but I want things to know they have to live. So I'm going to poke here. This gets him thinking about the life and death of his group. And then I'm going to move. Check it. Now I'm going to move to surround. Not trying to kill. Not moving to kill, we're just moving to surround. Just trying to surround. Build up die. Cute, cute middle. Mm-hmm. Ain't he a cutie? Could you, like, not keep trying to kill me right now? That'd be great, thanks. He's kind of killing this middle group, though, isn't he? Like, these 3 stones, like, what happened to these 3 stones? Something bad. Something bad. Ooh, look at the trick here. Ooh, look at the trick. If I play here, he plays there. I jump. Bam, bam. Oops. What was that? Crane's nest? That's what it's called, right? I know my stuff. Boom, 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 boom. It's kind of wrong, though. He's operating under the wrong assumption, though, because he's thinking like, ooh, this is a forcing move. But if I play here, and like he goes here, and I like jump out and he has to take him, then I can just bamboo this and kill the entire top of the board. So this is a little bit of an overstep once we realize like what he's doing. Like, what is he doing here? Like, break it down slowly. What is he doing? There's a group here, a group here. He created a new group here. That's 3 groups. How many groups do I have? I've got a group here and a group here. I got 2 groups. So if I make myself solid faster than he can make his self solid, then he's going to have one of his group that's still in trouble, right? That makes sense? That said, I'm just going to play the simple one. We're just going to jump out. Simple's good too. Ow. Those of you keeping track, yes, these are still the same earbuds that I've been wearing forever. I have not, in fact, gotten new ones yet. So he wants to cut here, but you can see, did I say you can see? You can see the problem with that. If he cuts, I can double Atari. At that point, we don't care about the cut. Like, he can push and then play here. I still have 2 liberties, so I can still double Atari. Therefore, I can connect on this side, because it makes sense. I expect it one down that everyone can read that this is a double Atari. A good chance that his stone's in the middle of the board right there. This little group is probably going to die. So here's the question. Here's the question. That right there. Do I have to respond to it? If he cuts me, is it still double Atari? Looks like it, right? Looks like it. Therefore, just gonna go and knock those stones back into my capture. My long list of captures will now be... Yeah, no, really, I don't know where I'm going with that. Suffice it to say, the stones are dead. What can he do next is the question. I don't know. I don't know. We can also, if we're interested in such things, we can reduce this slightly to make this a little bit less territory, because I don't really want it to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 points. Ooh, it hurts so much. Whoopsies. That ain't double Atari no more. Now, I hope to do next is show off the invasion in the lower left-hand corner of the board. Because a lot of people are doing this two-space enclosure now kind of thing. So it's really good to know. Though, to be completely honest, you don't really need to do that. You could just attach to the outside, right? And then depending on how he plays, you could be like Hane and then do something over here. Because, I mean, if he keeps this, it's not the end of the world. This is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't really count that for 8. It kind of gets close, but like there's a little bit of endgame stuff there, so we really can't count that. So 7? Does this stone matter? I don't see why it matters, do you? I mean, he wants to connect up his groups, but the bottom corner is alive, right? And that group is alive too, right? So, I mean, I don't terribly see what he's doing here, so I'm just gonna go away and keep playing larger points. I mean, it looks like he's actually just trying to go after one stone right now. So, I'm just gonna go back and live in here, if that's okay with everybody. Okay, now how do we live? How do we live? What do you think? Hane? Extend? How do we live? How do we live? Anyone have any idea? It's a good question. So the first thing that we could do is play here. This is actually a pretty simple way of living. I think it's the easier way to do it. Just gonna go ahead and Hane here. It creates some Aji. And this track suddenly turned pretty terrible. So what's he gonna do now? Atari me, no doubt. Atari me, no doubt. We're gonna extend down for more liberties. Oh, geez, that's a little too aggressive because it leaves a cutting point behind, you see? And then what happens to this stone, I don't even know. And if he actually takes this stone, ooh boy, oh boy, that's I can Atari and then play here. So he's playing really, really aggressively to try to kill me. This kind of tells me that I don't think he thought you could live here. You know? I won't Atari it. Normal game I would Atari here. Because it's better. Because it creates... When he Ataris me here, the stone's technically cut off. So that's a few liberties, so there's like more stuff you can do. Alright, now here is actually pretty simple. I guess Atari, or semi-Atari. I can reduce this to 2 liberties. That's the semi-Atari, by the way. Sorry, a friend of mine's birthday today, so I was just wishing a happy birthday. Alright. So yeah, just like that, we're alive. 2 space, high enclosure. You have to be careful. That thing is not for territory. You have to be very, very, very careful. Very, 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 very careful. Because it's kind of like an AG thing. Because if you know the exact like score on the board, like if you always have like a running tally of how many points you have, how many points they have, then you gotta know when that thing needs to be made into territory, or how to play to make sure that enclosure turns into territory naturally, things like that. If you just kind of like leave it on the board, then it's kind of like a hindrance. So suddenly the amount of territory he could have had with like just a normal enclosure plus an extension just kind of vanishes, you know? And it looks like it's going to vanish in Sente because he's playing these moves, and that's completely fine, but he can't let me cut here, otherwise it's huge. And he can't drop down, otherwise I will cut him. And if he connects here, I'm going to connect underneath. So suddenly that's like, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 points that we just obtained from his corner? 11 points we obtained from his corner enclosure. That's huge! Huge, 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 huge. Huge. It's the biggest amount of points I've ever seen, ever. I'm telling you, no one's ever seen corner enclosures like this that have granted so many points. Sorry. Sorry, slightly good mood today, I guess. Okay, trying to live. He's trying to live. Okay, that's cool. Goats, though, play here. And now we just go into bonk. Table shape saves the day yet again. Track turned pretty good again. It's good for playing Go. It's nice and chill. And meanwhile, for what he gets out of the deal, by the way, I can still go underneath the stone. Ouch. Still got smooth on top to reduce. I don't think we'll need to play them, though. I think we have all the territory we need. He can take a couple more points here and there. But overall, I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, he's thinking. This is Canadian time. So you have X amount of minutes to play a certain amount of stones. 25, I think it is. Yeah, in our settings, it's 10 minutes to play 25 stones, which kind of gives you a little bit more time to think about a single move, but then you have less time thinking about moves later, and that can kind of mess you up. And if you mismanage your time, suddenly you're staring down the barrel of, like, I don't know, 10 stones to play in, like, a minute. That's really blitzy. So more time management with this, which I'm not a particular fan of, to be honest. But yeah, it's okay. Getting low on time, he now has 15 seconds for 2 stones. So you can see how 1/10 turned into blitz. Because now he has less than 15 seconds per stone for the next 2 moves. Now he has less than 10 seconds per 2 moves. Less than 6 seconds per 2 moves. 5. 4 stone. He's letting his time run out, isn't he? Yep. And I won on time. Alright. So we let his time run out. Alright. Whatever. Thanks for the game, dude. Alright, so let's open up this game and get a little bit of a review on it, shall we? Alright, so we have this, which we already mentioned. I don't really like this, to be honest. This is very delicate, because as we showed later on, it can be invaded still. So by committing to this stone, it kind of feels like you're saying, I'm going to probably play here again later to make this territory. And I don't like having to, like, commit a stone and give up Sente like that. That's just me. I'd rather just be like, alright, bonk. Or even bonk. It's even harder to live with the large knight, like in the large knight, than it is this. So there's that. I don't know why this wasn't played low, but we just jumped out. He went for this, no problem. Not the best, but we just pushed him towards thickness, not away. If we pushed him away from thickness, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but if he is into playing solidly, the question becomes, what are we going to be doing with our thickness now? Because he's getting a nice solid shape there that we don't much appreciate that, to be brutally honest. We don't much appreciate that at all, do we? Not so much. So instead he played this way, and I got my extend. We did the splitty split. Got the jump on him. He attaches to me, makes me really, really strong. We mind our shape, because if we just went here, then oh shoot, and then oh shoot, and then uh-oh. Congratulations, you just got captured. Now, did we read all of this out immediately and choose to avoid it? Is this evidence that dwyrin is reading more than he's telling you? No, it's really not. All we did is we got to this point and said, if I keep pushing, like if you visualize that stone on the board, I see a lot of cut points, right? A cut point here, there's going to be a cut point here. Maybe there's one on in here, and there's just no reason to deal with it. You just chill and defend yourself. He pushes here. We almost don't even have to respond. If you want to be super duper solid, you could just be like a blam. Because this doesn't go anywhere, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because from this, let's say he does, I don't know, tries to seal off his corner stuff. Well, I mean, this isn't really bad. We could still play things like up in here later. We can still cap this to make a area here. So by all means, if you want to play more solidly than me, just freaking go for it and do it. I think it's actually a pretty decent idea. I just went ahead and played here and then created 2. But you can see how that creates problems because I didn't protect the cutting point. Making myself strong by attaching for shapes. Trying to get him to defend himself, and we got him to eventually. He just had too much to look after. Like the minute he cut, he gave himself 3 things to look after. We committed to attacking 1. He wasn't able to do anything else. And then this is, I swear this is actually pretty straightforward. All he has to do is play here. Nice, easy, and contained. I'm not out. I'm not getting like 15 freaking points on the bottom of the board. Everything is very nice. Instead, he's like, I'm going to try to kill you. Why is he trying to kill me? Because he's not a fan of the basics, apparently. It's like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. And then, oh my god, if he had played this way, then this might occur later. Right? We might be able to play this. You see how much more Aji that grants? Oof. Unless he goes to Ko? Unless he, like, yeah, plays here, and then that's the entire game. If I connect this out, I mean, that's the left. The groups here are in trouble. I mean, that's everything, right? So yeah, we played here instead. No reason to play that. He could just go ahead and play here. There's no way for this to live, and then he let his time run out. Time? Why did you like it? Why you let him run out? Score guesstimator? Guess me the score. White 11.5. Ooh, that hurts. Especially since, as you can see here, this isn't territory. This isn't territory. Now you can say this isn't territory either, but I could push through and cut this, keep in mind. This isn't quite territory, and the top. Ooh, let's show the top. Let's say he plays here. Check out this little guy. Ooh, this guy's cute. You could be like, I'ma kill you. I'ma kill you? You can kind of see how there's like Aji here. Right? I'm not sure if you... Actually, that dies. Interesting. Perhaps I was overestimating my ability to reduce the top. Can I just play here? Boo. Fine. I'll play this. It's all yours. I lied. It's territory. Well, that's okay, because like we can get rid of this, or we can go over top of that, maybe poke in here or something like that. Can connect here still again too, which is nice. But yeah, essentially I guess he just did the score estimator, saw that I was ahead. It's too difficult to continue to get higher, change the score, and that was the end of that. Okay. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Either way, pretty good game. Whoa! Okay, this is going to be different. We ranked up after last game, and we are now a 1D plus, because there are ranks and plus ranks with each rank on IGS, and each plus rank is actually kind of like half a stone stronger. So it's really weird. So we're not playing a 2-don, we're playing a 2-don plus, which is like the top tier 2-dons on the server. But right now our stone is facing our opponent, so we will do that, and we're gonna give this guy a hello too. This is our first 2-don plus. He's penciling me, so we're just gonna go ahead and close, because that's what we usually do. Not doing the whole jump out thing, we don't want him to approach us, so we're just gonna go ahead and do something a bit like that. He's leaving this for territory for himself, I guess, giving up the corner in exchange. This is actually something we see a lot of greedy players do. I think it's actually quite bad. We just extend here like so. We get to Hane because the cut's worthless. And then we just keep extending for some more fourth line territory. This area is actually still open, by the way, so we can go literally into the shoulder hit. And I'm just getting what? Yeah, see, and then they play there. Tell you what, I'll I'm gonna turn here, make sure he can't extend anymore, and I might get a little bit stabby if he doesn't defend himself here. He needs to close this off, because I can come out here still. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Thank you. Alright, so what's the largest thing on the board? Is this largest thing on the board? If he, like, what, plays a small knight, I'm just going to clamp to it. We're still A-okay. So I can read 1, 2. Alright, so I could technically actually play here because he's now way too damn close to thickness. But we are playing kind of sort of like a more peaceful game. So I'll tell you what. I'll play here and take my large point, and I'll see if we can be peaceful. Right now, this is the largest point on the board. There's no reason to get into fighting right now. So we will be peaceful as he sets up a Kobayashi that we're going to jump into. Deja vu. Let me tell you the story of Deja Vu. Once upon a time, there was a Go player. His name was Deja Vu. Every time he played a game, it felt like he had seen all of these moves before. Alright, so he poked me. We responded, but I mean, I don't care. Just gonna jump out, I guess. I don't want to be behind enemy lines, so, you know, we're just jumping. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum bum. He has no shape yet. I can still play here. We don't want this hit to be a white stone. Oh, come on. This can be a white stone now. This is a small, large knight. Who cares about that one? Where to play now, though? Clearly, we're not developing influence this game. Clearly. Well, I have a huge wall. Let's just see if we can live back in here, too. He did play the 2-space. Ooh. Mr. Fancy Pants trying to keep me out of his corner. But okay, he can go here. Now let's go straight through here. Okie dokie. Don't mind me. Now, you could do two things. One of which is a lot more common, or a lot more easy to read out than the other. I could play here, because if he cuts me, it's not a double Atari, but I could be like, Atari, connect, Atari, extend, Atari, and then, like, whatever, right? Or I could just turn here, and that's fine, too. For the sake of the demonstration, I will just turn here, even though it's ugly as hell. But it requires less reading, so we'll do it. Now he's trying to live. It's not Sente. Da, na, 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 na. Playing here because I can cut and then Atari the Stone. And then I can actually make... Wow, I think I lied. I actually am getting some territory here in the middle. Oh my god. That's... Oh, wow. That's a thing. Right. That's a thing. That is a thing. I think this one's good because we can go here, right? Throw in and go that one. Seems good, seems good. I don't know how we're playing all these moves. These are what I would affectionately refer to as freaking dame. Though I would have used a different word there. Well, let's ask some more questions about his shape, because I mean this is like not really connected here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and poke and ask. All right, that seems shapely. Tell you what, I'm just gonna take my corner now. And I did not at all play that because I can threaten to link underneath. Now that's just I don't know why you'd say that. Take myself some taritaris like so. He needs a base. Bum 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 bum. He can go away now. Just like that. I mean, if he wants to cut me, he can. I ain't gonna stop you, sir. You daisy if you do. The reason why we're not really caring is because, I mean, what's he gonna do? So here's the sad truth of what he just did. I can play here first, which is his shape point, because the cut just turns into this, which turns into a bamboo, which turns into boo-hoo-hoo, on you. Or is messing with his shape. Alright. He's got my undivided attention. I will... connect over here, I guess. Looks good, looks good. That is a co-threat. Not sure why he played it. But he played it. I'm strung here, and he's almost dead, so I could absolutely cut this, but I'll tell you what I'll do. But if he gets that wrong, that's not a basic move. No, it's not a basic move. But it's really cute. Oh, I just saw it. Oh my god, the attack that exists on this board. I could cut through here and go here, and if he oversteps, I can just like take all this away. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Because this is a little not good, right? It's a little passive. But if I play this and he screws it, I have to commit. Decisions. I'm not gonna play it. What play instead? I don't know. gonna get rid of this because it keeps distracting me. So I'm just gonna attach and do maybe some endgame stuff here. That's about all I'm gonna do. That's not useful as far as I can tell. We can just go ahead and play here now. I mean, he can push through an Atari me, but I don't really care. Wow. So I'm not actually going to do it, but I do want to point out that there is a stupid amount of Aji here now. I don't think I can live with it, though, which is why I'm not doing it. That's the reason why I'm not doing that one. I guess we're just going to drop in and say hi. What's up? We're here. How you doing? Yep, that's a move. He needs to follow it up or I'm going to push through. I can push through like this. Check this one out though. I can now threaten to save the stones. Oh god. Check this out. Oh, the burns. There's an Atari here into an Atari here. Oh man. The Endgames. The Endgames. Owie. He has to play it, otherwise I drop down. And if he plays there, I'm going to Atari. Whack. Whack, whack. He's going to let me do it? Deal. It's pretty good reading. Pretty good reading. It almost works too. The other one was better. It almost works. I mean, it's so close. It's so close to him working. But it just doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. You're very close to dying. Well, this was a peaceful game, but he overplayed slightly. He overplayed slightly. Alright, 2D plus down. Small overstep. Small overstep, but oh man, was it big. Now you might say, but he could get more liberties. Why did he resign there? Here's why he resigned there. If he plays here, I played there. Now it's 1, 2, 3 to 2. But let's say it wasn't. let's say for some reason I had to. He had like another. Let's give him an extra liberty. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now to 1, 2, 3. Well, now we play here. And suddenly we have more liberties, right? And this needs to connect up to this, I guess. Otherwise, he might die. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we go back to the capture race. However, he plays the Hane. We don't really care. Now it's 3 to 5, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. And then if he tried to, let's say, ignore that, let's say, oops, let's say he had, why does it keep resetting back to there? That's so weird. Let's say he had the extra liberty here, and then we played here, and like he went in for the extra liberties, we would like go ahead and poke that, so it's not really extra liberties, and then we would play something like this, and now it's going to be Bad News Bears. Actually, forget that move. We can just play here. And now it's bad, right? It's just dead, so. Too much, too much. He couldn't quite get away with this. He needed to play this one, but he saw what was happening to him. He saw what was happening to him. The guesstimator does not like this. Black leads by 24 points, and what are you going to do? Because you can see, like, the guesstimator really helps you really visualize what went wrong in this game. Like, look how few points are on the board when you actually see them actually there. Like, this is not worth very much. This isn't really worth very much. Admittedly, this isn't all my territory, but you get the idea. And this was just reduced all to heck. Craziness, craziness. But yeah, we turned here because we want to keep coming out. We just split. He attacked us, and we just jumped. Because keep in mind, like, anytime we play away, like, maybe we're like, I want to play there again. I'm going to play, like, my big move or whatever. It's like, he's attacking me. Who cares? I can probably connect up. I mean, look at this. I can, like, make shape, and I'm connected now. That's excellent. Till he plays there. That's not excellent anymore, because then all of a sudden, that's, like, all influence. That's the value of the cap, even if you can't see it. Like, immediately it's there, right? So we jump out until it doesn't really matter. Now if I play away and he caps me, I mean, this isn't really that much extra, so I don't really care. And if I really wanted something cool, I could, like, play back in here, which is usually what you're supposed to do. There into there is not terribly bad. Living in the corner is also pretty good too. Because you saw here, if you want this one, it's not that difficult to live with, right? Not that difficult at all. So, 2 space, I'm sorry, but it's played for influence for a reason. Oh yeah, and here. This required a little bit of reading. Like, I can play here, 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 and then if he plays this one... Sorry. If he plays this one, I can play here. Now, it looks like I'm dead, right? But this is where it gets ugly. Maybe I am dead. Yeah, that's why we avoided this one, I guess, because we couldn't quite read it out. Oh, that could work, unless it doesn't at all. Annoying. I thought that was actually easier to read. I was wrong. That's why we played simpler. Anyway, pretty straightforward basic games. Pretty basic games, really. Up until that last bit. Hope you enjoyed games today. As always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Alright, so here's something a little bit unexpected for you Basics viewers. I have a bonus game for you, and as you can tell, it's not part of the usual account that we usually go over and do a Basics video with. I have kept on the screen for you, though, that I did play as a 3-dan here on TyGem against another 3-dan. And believe it or not, this game was well worthy of a Basics video. So I thought I would throw it on in. As you can see, no, actually you can't, but whatever. I'm black against this player who is white. Obviously, I've already played this. It's not live, but I do want to show it to you anyway. Now, one thing that's immediately interesting here is I was able to play a mini Chinese framework, something that I haven't been able to do. One thing that I've been thinking about doing recently is playing a whole bunch of games, recording them all, and then just releasing the ones that fit the theme that I'm interested in. I'm kind of interested in Fuseki and frameworks as the next continuation of our Basics series. So more of this might be in the future. Suffice it to say, we built the framework, and he decides to completely enclose this corner to ensure I can't invade at the 3-3 point. Now, in Basics, we go corner, side, center, and when he backed off here, that fulfilled the requirement of corner, side, center. He made sure that he responded in the corner. He should, at that point, be going either approaching here, not recommended because he's jumping into a pincer, or approaching here, or approaching here. If he wants to, even splitting here, a little bit more old school, but still fine against the mini Chinese, would be completely acceptable. But since he took this point instead, I have now the option of tying my corners together with a wonderful little framework here. Now I've got a mini Chinese with extensions all over the place. He finally approached my corner, I backed off, now we're playing normally. He's got an extension, I'm taking away the enclosure, and we're kind of reverting back to basics. He pincered me. In my basic series, you know I don't jump. The reason being, just so maybe those of you who are unaware can better visualize why not, I don't like this Jiseki where I'm just kind of getting influence and I'm giving away, you know, a lot of territory in exchange. Not only giving away a lot of territory in exchange, but I mean, you can still like poke through here and do things. I guess this is technically the better one. But even then, you can still poke and harass this. This is usually regarded more of a handicapped Jiseki, where you need quick influence to combat all the handicap stones are on the board. Not really a very good even one. So I jumped into the corner instead. He built up, and I get Sente. Now, since this corner is taken care of, the bottom left is taken care of, the upper right is taken care of, only open corner left is the bottom right, so we went ahead and enclosed. Nice and simple. He's attacking my one stone. Now you might think this is where Basics flies straight out the window, and we start getting into, you know, complicated things like we're, I don't know, making shape and doing battle, blah, 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 blah. But you would be wrong. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and sacrifice our stone because it seems that the whole right area is larger than this one little stone. So he goes after it and decides to attach to my stone to kill it. I just kill it straight off here. Obviously, tiny amount of rating. Clearly you can't play this way because this is just a bamboo joint. Doesn't quite possess the largest amount of liberties, as you might imagine. Instead, we played here. He played this. Did he have to play there? Technically, no. It's slightly better for him to play this one. But he did have to respond here, and I give him credit for it. If he doesn't respond, I get to Atari, and then if he tries to kill me, well, where do we go from here? If he plays this way, these are dead. If he plays this way, that's an Atari. 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties to 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties, and guess whose turn it is? That's a problem. So, alright, he played there, no problem. I played likewise, defending my cutting point. Granted, you can probably play a little bit more of a, I don't know, more shapely of a move, but then you're leaving the cutting points behind. Do they work? Technically, a little bit. It's complicated, so whatever. We just connected solidly. Reduce me a little bit. Sure, why not? And then he goes for the corner again. So this is him once again demonstrating that there's like a little bit going wrong with his judgment on how large things are. So he thinks this is really, really big, because I guess he just hasn't quite imagined anything larger on the board. Maybe he hasn't like seen anything larger in his games before. So he plays here, and then if I get Sente, this is really, really big. We don't have Sente yet, because, no, you play away. Play away. There we go. We don't have Sente yet because we don't want to get into like this kind of thing where, oh god, can we live in here? No, not really. So instead of this, we attach and force him to retreat. Now we have Sente, because if he goes and plays here, there's nothing he can do to kill us. Regretfully, he didn't back off and he played the Hane. Now you're not supposed to play the Hane. This is like a very, very basic understanding of this particular shape. If you play the Hane, we get to cut. Like, even in general, if we recreate the same thing here, and he played this, like anywhere you see this shape, the Hane is very, very dangerous, because these stone at 1 and 3 have a lot of liberties. They're really, really strong, and both these other two stones, not quite so much. So instead you want to back off. The result of this is we get to play this way. Technically it's not 100% correct. You're supposed to play this way. But if you've been watching my videos for any great length of time, you know I'm not really the greatest fan of losing horribly on video. So I didn't invite this. I just, no. I'm gonna go ahead and play here. He Atari's himself. I connect. Now the top is in trouble, because I can do things like that if he's not careful. I could maybe go even deeper and pincer the whole wall, because the wall is really in trouble now that I'm literally on top of the wall. I'm like nose butting the wall right here. So not terribly good. So he defends. This has to not die. And the question now is, how far along on the first line do you want to run? He's had to play here. That I will go ahead and take him up on, because some things you just can't let happen. That, and let's face it, if he plays here, I could still back out from it, force this, and still be fairly happy. If I wanted to back out from it. As it stands, he played here, got an forcing move to kill this. And now here's a question for you. What's the largest point on the board? Well, he still has done nothing to combat my framework, which I admire in my own little way, because sometimes one of the best ways to deal with a framework is just not worry about it. Deal with it down the road. Do your own thing. Build up your own framework. Build up your own territory. Take your own large moves, and we'll just deal with the framework later. Here, not a good idea of that, because we can cap him, and you can see the huge area we're trying to get is greatly surpassing the area that he's trying to get. Even Guesstimator says we're up by like 20 points, and it's not even giving us a whole lot in the middle. And it's not even affording us our corner territory yet. So, gotta be careful. He comes in, we respond, because we respond to shoulder hits, basic series. But this is a little bit too much. Now, how did I arrive at that conclusion? Well, if I can't actually draw on this board, can I? I don't think I can. Review. Does this do anything? No, looks like I can't actually make triangles on the board. Can I make anything on the board? Nope. Can I make squares? Nope. Okay, never mind then. Forget that. Essentially how we arrived at that is we drew an invisible line known as a sector line, essentially between these stones. Our first stone and the stone that we just stopped at. Anything beyond this line is in my area of influence and subject to, let's say, severe attacks. So, severe attacking him. He's trying to retreat. I Hane, thinking that maybe he's gonna do something like, oops, shoot. I always do that. Thinking he's gonna do something like this maybe? And try to get out this way? Which I'd be okay with, because we're still making 3 lines of territory in exchange for him invading me. That does not seem unreasonable. I'll take that. He turns here, unfortunately, not touching any of my stones. I offer him a peace treaty. He can leave, and I can cut him, and I'm happy with this. He says no, but now my group is stronger, so I move to surround him. He tries to poke, we respond. He attaches, and we keep him in. You could back off here. This would still be okay. And you could do a little bit more light chasing in something like this. That's still a lot of territory. That's still more than enough territory. Guesstimator says, you're Gucci. We did not do that, though. I said to keep him in, because I thought this was too slow of a move. He's trying to cut through me, so we solidly connect. We don't play something like this, for example, because that gets messy really, really quickly. Not the end of the world. We're connected. From here, we could just play something like this or something. But no reason to play there. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and connect solidly, because now we have Miai. We cut through here, or we cut him off on top, right? So he pushes there. I block through, or I cut through, sorry. We defend with the tiger mouth, because if we play this way, maybe later on, this could be a problem, because there's 2 cutting points. So I just wanted to leave as few cutting points as possible, so I played tiger mouth here. He Ataris me. This stone has nothing to do with the life and death of his group, so I connect up. Reason being, once again, there's some Aji here. There's some Aji. I just don't want to deal with it. Ever. No reason to let my corner be disconnected if I can just play literally 1 move and connect it all up and prevent that reduction from happening. He takes, we connect, and now he's dead if all goes well, because he's completely surrounded, he has nowhere to run, and look at this, there's nothing but solid lines of wall here. Nothing but solid lines of wall here. He tries to push. We ignore him locally to surround again, because we figure he can probably get, I don't know, like, some kind of... Okay, that's a bad example. That's not actually an eye. Let's say he can probably get some eye here somehow. That's fine. He can have 1 eye. He just can't have 2. So we play this, which takes away things like the clamp. Which takes away things like the clamp, right? Don't have to worry about how to keep that like as an actual eye, or if I have to throw in and play new moves, things like that. Just take that away. Don't Hane, because we don't give cutting points. Here, we just break his shape apart. He can cut through me. I don't care. We'll just go ahead and turn him into a clump, and no new shape for him. Poke out his eye point. Connect. Don't Atari, because you're not trying to kill this 1 stone. That's not why we're playing this. And we don't want to give him like maybe a free Atari to create complication. We just connect here. Now this is never in any way Sente or forcing or scary at all. Connect on up. Block that. Now he struggles. Another basic move here, because we don't do this, because now we have to like read out things. There's like multiple cutting points. It's a pain in the butt. And we don't have to block all of his eyes. We just need to block 2 of his eyes. So he can get this one in, but he can't get the other one in. And we're fine with that. Same thing here, can't get an eye. No more eyes. Now he has 0 eyes. And from there, the game is predominantly over. Play a forcing move. Could you cut, whoops, my bad. Could you cut here and do bad things to him? The answer to that is probably yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like the answer to that is yes. But there's no reason to get into liberty races and captures, things like that. Just take the large area in the middle of the board that's worth, like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15 lots. It's worth lots. That's the number there. For making over 15 points in the middle, that's lots. He cuts. That stone can go nowhere though, so we just block it from escaping. Same thing here. Same thing here. Well, that's not blocking from escaping, we're just kind of connecting. And just keeping him in. The cut doesn't work, and I expect everyone to be able to read that this is not a thing. Can double Hane, give him the territory, and the rest of this is pretty straightforward endgame. Nice, simple, and easy. He played some small moves, we played some larger moves, and then he overstepped into our thickness. Unfortunate, but if we know sector lines, and I'm sure you guys know sector lines, then you don't make those mistakes. So in that regard, if you understand sector lines, you can visualize sector lines, you understand the danger of sector lines, then your invasion skills are probably stronger than this 3 Dons. So way to go. Way to go, everyone. This is just endgame, endgame, endgame. And finally, I think he resigned? No, they went to counting, actually. Not sure what we did here. What happened? Actually, I won by 57.5 was the final score. So that is pretty straightforward. Very, very basic. Hope you enjoyed this game. As always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.